thing with traffic rules is that they are there to ensure that everyone travels safely and efficiently. Efficiently, we already compromise on. Yeah. All the COVID regulations are all started and full proper lockdown started March. Yeah.
The actors, I think, at least for me, it worked out that making the right choices is very, very important. And
Right
choices
with
with your projects. Yeah.
No. All my life I wanted to be anything except an actor. And then when I realized that I do really love films.
And I remember Purab Kohli's mother telling me in the screening also. So before interval I have 2 scenes, post interval I have 2 scenes. Before interval she's like, what are you playing like a drunk psycho stalker or something? And after the 2 scenes she saw post interval, she's like, oh my god, I felt bad for you, man.
Well, hey guys, what's up? I am so super excited after watching the trailer of it. And tell me, what's the frame of mind now that, within few days the film is releasing?
Frame of mind is very, very excited.
Yeah.
I think we have a really fun, gripping, entertaining, thrilling film on our hands.
Yes.
And I think this is something that many people are really, really, really going to enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to it coming out.
Yeah, we've got a great response for the trailer.
Yes.
Everybody's loving
Yeah.
it. People, I think, want to watch good content right now, want to watch good story.
Yeah.
Already in the trailer, people are like, oh, this is a very interesting story. There's something happening. Investigation is happening. There's murder. There's horror. There's supernatural. There's what is it? And now... why is it happening? How is it happening? We'll have to watch on April 28th. Yeah.
Of course, but because it's a remake, so I was just wondering that, considering the fact that the way people are watching content online, and this is also releasing online, right? So somewhere, do you guys fear that, because सस्पेंस थ्रिलर में क्या होता है ना कि स्पॉइलर अगर बाहर निकल गया फिर जाके ना वो मजा anyway खराब हो जाता है, right? So
on that note, this is not a remake, it's an adaptation.
Okay.
So the ending is different and the twists and turns are different. Just the heart and soul of the movie is the same.
Oh.
So anyone that has watched any of the other U-turns, there have been many that have been made.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because our film is still fresh. So the core of it is the same. It's inspired by that. But there's a lot more that's going on. Not a lot more, a lot different. A lot of more different stuff that's going on in our film.
So twist
you will have to take a U-turn and come back to the starting point and then watch this film, because even if you've, as she's saying, you've seen those 5 U-turns, I think, across the world. The way we have approached it, the story, the plot, the characters, everything, the ending is very, very different from all the other ones.
Yeah. So tell me the ending. No?
ending में क्या होता है ना कि
अभी कुछ fresh बनाया है, इतनी मेहनत में तो भी बता ही देते हैं.
हाँ तो ये हो जाता है तो now
how important it is for, and you also being part of one of those films where you're also talking about it, how important it is for following the rule. So how important it is and why it is so important. I mean, breaking the rules at times, not breaking, like bending it a bit in our advantage is kind of...
No, it depends. See, now when you're talking of civic senses and sometimes a very, very civil society, if you want to be in, I think it's not always on government. It's on people to really, behave, follow. We still have to follow on cleanliness. When we go around doing a Juhu beach cleaning program or some cleaning program, we can't just do it for a day. You have to make sure that you're doing it every day. Waste management ki baat ki jati hai. Similarly, I think traffic issues, all of us suffer, right, in the traffic, and we keep cursing others ki yaar wo kaise chala raha, wo kaise chala raha. But it's on you. Now you start following it, everybody else will come into line, and it will take time. And when you suddenly go abroad and you see that people are following it, right, and you feel so much smoother having your journey from office back to work, office to home, home to your work. You're mentally at peace. You're not hassled by the environment around. And I think all of us should follow. Yeah, these are basic needs and rules which, if we can follow, everybody will be at peace. Everybody will be at calm. I get very pissed off when people break rules. Otherwise, also, especially on the road. Yeah.
I mean, rules are there for a reason. Who just puts rules that just for fun? कि अभी मजा आ जाएगा, देखते हैं कि क्या करते हैं. It's there for a reason, right?
Yeah.
It obviously serves a purpose and fulfills a need. And here's the thing: there are some harmless rules here and there. Let's even say that there are some that are not as extreme as the other ones.
Yeah.
Rules that are there to protect people's lives. Those are not rules that must be taken lightly. The thing with traffic rules is that they are there to ensure that everyone travels safely and efficiently. Efficiently, we already compromise on. Because everyone is in a rush, you still try and go ghusa a little more. In a 1-lane road, you'll see 4 lanes happening here. Chalo, theek hai. Those ones are ruining your efficiency. But when it comes to something affecting your safety or the safety of others even more so, that to me is, when you ignore those rules, that's reckless. A big theme of our movie, and basically one of the main themes that goes throughout it, is how just something as simple as one U-turn can change your entire life. And so without obviously being preachy, it's an entertaining, thrilling, exciting, gripping film. It also leaves you with that thought.
Yeah, that's so interesting, because if a film is only offering gyan, then nobody is interested. But this is I doubt if people will think about that part, because there is so much happening, and especially the supernatural thing. And then when you say ki, like, but those people are not there, and then I'm like, utteri, like, then fir what? Like,
While watching the film, you won't have time to think about anything, because it's a very fast-paced, tight, thrilling, engaging film. At every point, even if you have half a second to think कि शायद ऐसा हो रहा है, in the next 5 minutes आपको पता चल जाएगा कि वो actually नहीं है, शायद कुछ और theory है.
Absolutely. So tell me another thing, because post pandemic, the way everything has changed, right? And when it comes to both of you, like, the kind of work that you have done before that, and हम सबको लग रहा था कि, like, they are the people, like, we started liking you guys for the work that you have done, and then lockdown happened. Right? And during the lockdown, at least you had releases. She also had release, but then
no, lockdown had nothing. From Jawani Janeman till Freddy, 2 years, 11 months gap.
Oh God, that
almost 3 years.
Yeah. But you were at least shooting. I think that somewhere your mind was engaged.
I shot post-pandemic. The entire pandemic, I had absolutely zero going on, because my film released right before.
But everybody loved that film. Everybody loved that film, right? I mean, and it's really sad. In the month of February, I think your film released, and from March, 28th or 18th, I think.
Jan 31st, my film released. So
February में मैं देखी थी, so
all the COVID regulations are all started, and full proper lockdown started March.
I want to know, therefore, that because you guys are in the beginning of your career, like, somewhere, finding your space in the entertainment business. What are the biggest lesson that you guys learned? Because for you guys, I think it's harder, right? Like, just like all the projects are coming, and then lockdown.
See, I think lockdown obviously taught us a lot, as every individual with the work we went through. And we also learned a lot about our privileges. I think lots of us had a roof on top. We had food to eat. We were on the luckier side. I think as people, we understood ourselves. We started to understand connections, our family, and we started appreciating more small things. But as actors, I think, at least for me, it worked out that making the right choices is very, very important. And
right,
the kind choices with your projects. Because people have become very, very sharp from the kind of content now they're watching, and their wide view of everything they're watching across the world. Everybody, my watchman watches Spanish shows, dub hoke wo dekhta rehta hai apne phone mein. People are watching K-drama, this, that. And now we have to give them something new. We have to give them something different. And that is why something like this kind of a story, or anything which we choose today, really proves you as an actor and your stories. And it shows that audience has grown so much that's why the content is the king. Everybody is talking about it. The story has to be very, very engaging. Isliye U-turn ka trailer dekhe, everybody was like, oh my God, this is looking like an interesting story. We're very happy that this kind of we can give people this kind of a product.
Absolutely, but the parameter has changed.
Not changed, because I think it changes non-stop based on what I'm looking for next. Like, if I've done Freddy now, which is a thriller, in the middle I had Almost Pyar, now I'm doing another supernatural thriller, which is U-turn.
Right.
After this, I'll wait a bit before I do another thriller. So, like that, a little parameters change, but based on not related to the pandemic as much. I think the pandemic has changed the overall parameters of the industry.
Right.
Where everything has changed, viewing patterns have changed. No one can predict what formula should be used for a hit film. There is no formula anymore.
Right.
So all of that has changed. Choices wise, my parameters change, I suppose, with every film. which means that they're actually
and I
quite
think
consistent.
because everybody's
Yeah.
experimenting, or even audience is experimenting of
yeah.
what they want to watch and what they're
Yeah.
getting hooked to, it's good for us also. If we can experiment, we might fail sometime, we might pass sometime, we might be
Yeah.
coming out with flying colors, but it's interesting to be at these times because right now we're all experimenting, doing different genres.
You know, you come from a family where, you know, not just acting but art, like, you know, everything is just there, like all the time, right?
Yeah.
You are surrounded by that when you were growing up. Was it your natural choice to become an actor?
No, all my life I wanted to be anything except an actor. And then when I realized that I do really love films, I said I'll become a director. I went to study direction. I
Yeah.
went to NYU to be a director.
Huh.
That's where the acting bug bit me finally. It was like this one thing I was running away from all my life, and eventually it caught up. And yeah, that then just started this wonderful, beautiful journey of first learning how to act and be an actor, then learning about the industry, then sort of getting into it, then figuring out how to survive in it, now figuring out how to thrive in it.
I want to know how formal training actually helps a performing artist to grow. The formal training.
I think it gives you the correct tools, so that when you're given a direction or given a note or you're in a situation, it doesn't feel unfamiliar. You're not suddenly trying to find the tools to tackle the scene,
Okay.
or to tackle a certain note that you've got, or a certain, how to face a camera. Most of it you learn on the job. You learn how to use those tools and actually build something out of it. But I think formal training, for me at least, it really gave me the correct tools. Now my tools with every film will get strengthened.
Yeah.
And what I build might get bigger and better and stronger. But it gave me all my tools and my confidence.
It's a craft. It can't be
Yeah.
just a thought process that I want to be an actor and up.
Yeah.
You come on set and you start acting. I always compare it with sports people, right?
Yeah.
You have to train
Practicing,
yourself every
yeah.
day so that one day when I come on the race, an actual race, but I need to know how to kickstart, how to bend my body. My muscle memory has to be correct.
Yeah.
My mentally, I'm not distracted by people around.
Yeah.
So as a craft, if we take it and we keep practicing every day, so as you rightly said, there are tools which we get in. And of course, then every film we keep changing ourselves. We collaborate with a new director, new actors. We come together and then we come and try to build something, and we keep changing. But basic tools अगर आपके पास होते हैं, that really helps you.
You know, I must tell you this, that you know, इतने सारे project में आपने काम किया है, right? And I really enjoyed watching you on screen. But this is one performance, okay? And that was बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा नहीं था. But that really still haunt me, and that is Rock On Tuka, that guy. Bro, that still haunts me.
Yeah, very, very, very few people have. I think have seen it. First of all, I think somehow the film did not work. But whoever
No,
saw it, there were just
huh.
4 scenes.
Yeah,
and I remember
but-
Purab Kohli's mother telling me in the screening also. So before interval, I have 2 scenes. Post interval, I have 2 scenes. Before interval, she's like, "What are you playing like a drunk psycho stalker or something?" And after the 2 scenes she saw post interval, she's like, "Oh my god, I felt bad for you, man."
यार
It is,
बहुत बुरा,
very,
बहुत
very,
ज़्यादा
yeah.
बुरा लग गया था मुझे.
Yeah, I had one of the best. I think one of my shooting wise as an actor, one of that scene which is there, which is one that drunk scene, is my favorite on set scenes which I've done.
Oh God.
Thank you.
Yeah, just suddenly मुझे ना वो शीशे के पीछे से like वो वाली again, like, you know, it's just
Yeah. No, that's nice. No, that's why I think from there, and also because that was my first Bollywood appearance as a very, very small role in such a big film with such big stars. Yeah, that was my first one. And then of course other film followed, and Bhavesh Joshi became more of an opening of everywhere into the industry. But I think that then you find your right path, and that's what we were discussing, that when people have appreciated your smallest of the part and it's hit them in some or the other way, you realize that you're on the right path, and
Yes.
you're hitting people, you're hitting the right emotional chord.
Yeah. Initially, that level of appreciation, I think we all need, right? Like
Absolutely.
when you're starting something new. But another thing is the kind of work that you people have, like the lineup that you have next, right? After this, I want to know that is it become a little easier to deal with the pressure before the release of a film, when you know that, you know, इसके बाद, because your mind is constantly engaged ना, इसके बाद फिर ये है वो है, उसके बाद these are the films that you have, some of them are ready, some of them are in production, some of them are in post production. So is it like somewhere it helps also?
Yeah, of course, I think so. I
Gives
was
you a sense of safety.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was losing patience a little bit in between, because I've been shooting back to back in past 2-3 years and post lockdown, and I have now all of them. Some were supposed to release last year, they did not for some reasons, and now all of them are lined up this year. So I'm hoping now all of them come nicely. Every 2-3 months I have some big releases coming. So of course you feel really, really great, and you're also nervous, you're also excited. All of them are very, very different. How the audience will take you now. They've appreciated you for a certain kind of a part, and now you're experimenting with different stories. So let's see. Hoping all fingers crossed for all the releases, and especially this one right now.
Yes, but how review affects you guys? Does that matter, or the box office collection? Here it is definitely the review and the audience reaction, but
No, of course it matters. I think it's important to reflect and learn. I think if there are positives, you must realize that people look at certain things as a positive, and you must make sure you want to strengthen that in the future, or stay true to that. If there are negatives, you have to grow and learn from that. I think reviews are important. At the end of the day, as actors, we make movies for an audience, so you need to be able to listen to that audience so that you can then serve them better. So 100% reviews matter. They matter to me, at least.
Absolutely.
They matter a lot. Yeah.
I think for any actor it would be.
do you go through the reviews that comes your
I
way?
read. I in fact read mine, and I read others also.
Yeah.
Just
me
to
also.
understand,
Me also.
which is working, what is not working right
It's
now.
important.
Because
It's education.
we
Yeah.
were just like post-pandemic, as we said, things are changing. So every few months, I think we need to understand what they really like, what kind of stuff are they looking for. If we are experimenting, how do we put it forward, to them, the platform. So even from director, filmmaker, writer, I think all of us right now today, we are very, very concerned about what people think of us.
Yeah.
Definitely. On that note, all the best for U-Turn, and
Thank you.
wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank